What the heck, Ada? Get out of here. You're celebrating without me. What is this nonsense? Oops, I still have my mask on. So used to it by now. All right, well, welcome to It's National Mosquito Week. There we go. It's National Mosquito Week. A very exciting celebration. A lot of people wonder, why on earth are we celebrating mosquitoes? It's more Mosquito Awareness Week. We're celebrating and getting a lot of information about mosquitoes out there this week, so we're super excited. I'm rocking my Mosquito Week, my mosquito shirt. I have Ada with me here today, our famous Ada Eez Mosquito. And we're very excited today to launch our second series again for Mosquito Week, for Mosquito Bites Live. Today I'm going to be joined by Sacramento-Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control. And I see that you sit in the request. I'm going to go ahead and accept you right now. Let's see. Once again, this is National Mosquito Week for Mosquito Bites Live. There we go. Hi, Luz.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Very good. Happy National Mosquito Week.
You beat me to it. I was just gonna say you're definitely more festive than I am. I don't have a mosquito outfit, but you're looking good, and so is Ada. She's very festive.
Yes, she is. She's always down to party, especially when it comes to partying about mosquitoes.
Come visit me, Ada. I'm always down for partying too.
I'm sure Ada would love to go up to Sacramento-Yolo. So Luz, this is actually our second time doing our Instagram lives together. Our first one was a few weeks ago. We did one in Spanish, which was a really cool video. So be sure to check one of our previous video, which is 100% in Spanish, and got a lot of great information. But Luz, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself, where you're coming from, and a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Luz Maria Robles. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Sacramento-Yolo Mosquito Vector Control District. Woo, mouthful. I've been with the district now for almost 14 years, and I've had many celebrations for Mosquito Awareness Week, and happy to be doing this one with you, Pablo. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much, Luz. We really do appreciate it here at the San Gabriel Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District. And like I mentioned, this is National Mosquito Week. And today we're talking about new technology in the mosquito world. And you and I talk about it so readily, but we want to make sure that the public knows that there's so much new stuff happening in the mosquito and vector control world. And my first one is the excitement and new development, and especially technology that is happening when it comes to mosquito repellents. For the longest time, people thought that there was always just this sticky DEET and that smelled bad or stuff like that. And that's really not the case anymore, right? There's tons of different options.
Oh my gosh, yes. People always ask me, what's the best repellent out there? And I always say the best one is the one that you're actually going to use. And like you're saying, we have lots of good options now. One of my personal favorites is the wipes. The wipes are very convenient. They're fast. You can take them away when you travel. And like you were saying, I love that they're not sticky. So you just put it on. It's a one-time use, and then you're done. And, you know, they come in with the different active ingredients. You can find one that, you know, fits your needs, that smells good. Honestly, that was one of my biggest deterrents before I started here, was just the fact that it was sticky, that it was smelly. But now, you know, it's not perfume, but we've definitely come a long way. And it's always best to stay protected.
Definitely. I 100% agree with that. And especially when it comes to different active ingredients. People thought that DEET was the only thing that was available. While DEET is kind of considered the gold standard, there are 4 different options people have. There's DEET, oil of lemon eucalyptus, also known as PMD, picaridin, and IR 3535. As long as your mosquito repellent has one of those active ingredients, that's all you need in making sure that you are protected from mosquito bites. And like you mentioned earlier, they do come in different forms like lotions. The most popular is the aerosol spray. I do like some liquid ones that are really nice and easy to apply. And some of those do come in different scents. Some of them are non-scented, which is, I think, a great alternative. So again, we no longer have this sticky, heavy, oily chemical that is on our skin anymore. There's different options that we can pick from. And it's really, like you said, the most effective one is the one that we are physically and putting on our skin.
And then also there's some repellent that also has some sunscreen, so that's also very convenient, especially now that people are spending time outdoors and it's hot. We need to stay protected from the sun and from mosquitoes. So find one that you like and use it.
Right, and we highly recommend that you're putting on your sunblock first, and then followed by your mosquito repellent. So it's a one and one application there, and then you just reapply your sunscreen, and then you reapply your mosquito repellent the same way. So once again, I'm joined here today with Luz for National Mosquito Week. She's joining us all the way from Sacramento-Yolo. My name is Pablo from the San Gabriel Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District, and we're talking about new technology in the mosquito and vector control world. So we already talked about mosquito repellents and the different options that are out there. My second question is, a big misconception, especially in the vector control world, is that we just get out there and spray everything and kill everything in sight, when that is not exactly the case. And there's new advances that have allowed us to really be more conscious about the environment and preserving our natural environment, and being cautious too of other insects and other animals that are out there that are sharing these environments. The biggest one that we're looking into that is getting a lot of attention is the sterile insect technique, also known as SIT. Do you want to give some information about that, Luz?
Yes, so SIT is one of the new technologies, what we call it's a new tool in our toolbox that we're looking to explore for use. Obviously, with invasive mosquitoes, they're becoming resistant to maybe the pesticides that are being used, or just we want to be able to have a new tool to use as invasive mosquitoes are spreading. At least here in our district, now we have found in both of our two counties, and we're excited that at least we have this new technology at our fingertips. Right now, they're still kind of going through the whole permitting process, but once it gets approved, we're excited to potentially try this as a way to, of course, be on the leading edge for protecting the residents that we serve. We're tasked with making sure that we're always doing the best job that we can, and we're excited about this new technology. And it's actually not that new, as you mentioned, because it has been being used by other agencies, such as the USDA, or it's been used for many, many years, more than 60 years here in the United States, for controlling screwworm flies, for mayflies, for codling moths. So I think you're right. There's that misconception that it's something totally new, but it really isn't. And it would really be something great for us to be able to at least have access to in the future.
Exactly, and I really like how you mentioned that it's a new tool in our toolbox. Sterile insect technique, also known as STI, is not new. It's not. People have been using it for years now, especially here in LA County since the 1990s to control the med flies. It's used all the time. It's just a new tool for us here in vector control that we can use it to control mosquitoes, and especially Aedes mosquitoes, like I have Ada here, to help control her because she is a very aggressive mosquito that is spreading across the state. And these are new ways that we can help control mosquitoes, just like Ada.
She looks pretty friendly in the back of you there, Barbara. I love eyelashes, but
but she definitely is in for a few bites, that's for sure. I gotta make sure I have my mosquito repellent on in a few minutes. So moving on to my third question is, once again, I'm here with Luz from Sacramento-Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control. My name is Pablo from the San Gabriel Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District, and we're talking about new technology in the mosquito and vector control world. So we already talked about mosquito repellents and different alternatives that you have to use when it comes to what type of mosquito repellent you want to use. We talked about new technology when it comes to us using STI in the mosquito and vector control world. And then that brings me to my third question is new advances in outreach, especially during this time of COVID, as we start to form some sense of normalcy. Now with the rollout of vaccines and everything, I think there's a lot of things that we in outreach have adopted and will be continuing on past the pandemic when it comes to reaching our communities and making things just a lot more easier and simpler for people to obtain. Luz, like exactly what we're doing today, doing Instagram lives or utilizing social media more.
Yes. Exactly. So, I mean, one of the things that definitely worked for us, we had to really get creative with the pandemic, and still try and reach or do activities to reach the public. So, like you were saying, Zoom, I think, became our best friend, even though it's not that fun to give a presentation via Zoom, but it's definitely better than nothing. Social media was key for us. using next door, especially for those targeted areas that really needed the messaging, especially for West Nile virus activity for invasive mosquitoes. Using Nextdoor for us became, very, very important. Doing these types of live videos where we can connect with people to really show them, what's going on, how we do our work on a day-to-day basis, how our staff is out there controlling the mosquitoes. That really allowed people to get kind of like to step into our day-to-day activities via social media.
Exactly, and I 100% agree with that. And one of the biggest things that we've been utilizing is Ada, who again is here with me today. Ada is actually celebrating her 1 year unveil when we unveiled our brand new Ada. And Ada is definitely a big part of our communications department. Not only is she a lot of fun, as you can see, to engage with, but she already just looking at her brings a level of attention and awareness when it comes to Aedes mosquitoes. When we were designing and creating Ada, it was a long process, but we wanted to make sure that we got the look and feel of Ada correctly. If Ada will join me here again, making sure that we have her name visible, that she is black and white, showing that Aedes mosquitoes do have black and white stripes. And if Ada will do a nice turn for me, we can see that she is a Aedes aegypti, and making sure that we're, again, giving out this type of information just by looking at a mosquito like Ada. And then, of course, emphasizing her female qualities, because female mosquitoes are the ones that bite. And that's something that people still have a hard time understanding or just don't know about when it comes to mosquito biology. So just the actual presence and look and feel of Ada is already giving out brand new information, emphasizing information that we want the public to know. And we're very excited because we're not the only ones that are doing this. There's a lot of friends of Ada that are spreading across the state and nationwide as well. Greater Los Angeles, our sister district here in LA County, has Ada and Rita, and they're wreaking havoc within their communications department. And then there's Missy up in Northern California near you. There's Molly Mosquito in the San Bernardino County. And we know Metropolitan Mosquito Control District in Minnesota also has their mosquito as well. So it's very exciting to see that the level of communication is starting to change and evolve, and bringing that type of awareness to mosquitoes, and just again emphasizing the real danger that mosquitoes bring, while still bringing that education to people across all ages, whether it be young children or adults. We've seen a great response to having Ada, and as we start to venture out into more in-person events, we're very excited because funny enough, Ada has been with us our new Ada has been with us for a year now, and she has yet to be out in the public to meet our residents out in the district, out in the wild. Yeah. So we're very excited that Ada will hopefully have those opportunities, and the public to see her up close and get to engage with a giant mosquito like never before.
Yes, I would be very excited if I saw her. I would be wanting a selfie. So I'm feeling a little left out. I don't have one, but I think Maggie Mosquito would probably be the one that I would name her. Get one. Before I forget, as you're talking about, it's important, I think, to stay within the times, and bringing a nice mascot like Ada that brings attention. I think that really shows that we're moving forward, that we're really trying new strategies to reach to the public. And before I forget, be sure to watch our Pass the Repellent challenge or toss that we had.
Yes.
Awareness week, because that's actually, we did that video and it's being featured, like, I think on TikTok and a lot of other platforms, right? And that's also like a new and innovative way to keep mosquito related information and make it relevant to the young audience out there.
Yes, a big shout out to AMCA, which is the American Mosquito Control Association, for putting that together for all of us nationwide. So we're very excited to see the video of everyone from Florida to New Jersey to Virginia to all of us across California, Texas, everyone else in between, to see that vector control is nationwide, and it is a service that is available to everyone here in the United States. So to bring me to my final question, once again, I'm here with Luz talking about National Mosquito Week and the new technologies in mosquito and vector control. And we talked about mosquito repellents, the different options that you have out there. We talked about the new technologies when it comes to controlling mosquitoes in a natural and safe way. And then we also talked about what we're doing in communications, how we're adopting and staying with some of these things like digital presentations or doing lives more regularly. And my last question, which is always my fun one, I already asked you my fun question before during our Spanish Instagram live, so I'm going to switch it up on you a little bit and ask you, if pathogens could talk, which one would you chat with?
I think this might be a boring answer, but I probably want to chat with West Nile virus, right? That's at the gist of what I do every single day. I've been with the district now for 14 years, so West Nile virus is definitely, I've become very intimate with West Nile virus, so I have a deep conversation and ask, like, did you know that you were going to be, now you're endemic to the whole United States, right? So it's like, I would probably want to sit down and ask some of those questions and just, if viruses could talk, see what kind of a response I would get from just knowing that, West Nile virus is everywhere, and that because of West Nile virus, all of us get to be employed, all of us get to be outreaching, and, if it wasn't for West Nile virus, then we wouldn't be able to do something like this.
Right. So that's a really good question. I would love to sit down and chat with West Nile virus and get some real questions and hopefully reach a vaccine for West Nile virus. Like you mentioned, West Nile virus is endemic to the state of California, and we always have to be careful with any mosquito bite. It's just one mosquito bite is all it takes to get West Nile virus. So just being careful and making sure we're using mosquito repellent. Once again, Luz, thank you so much for joining me today for National Mosquito Week. I'm sure we've got a lot of great stuff going on the rest of this week to celebrate and bring awareness to mosquito and vector control and getting more attention to the dangers of mosquitoes and how people can protect themselves. Before we disconnect here, do you have any final words you'd like to share with us today?
No, just, as we officially started summer yesterday, please be careful. Do everything that you can to make sure that you're staying protected while spending time outdoors. And, help us spread the word about mosquito prevention and taking the bite out of mosquitoes this season.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Luz. Thank you to my frenemy, I guess I could call her, Ada, for joining me today. And once again, my name is Pablo at the San Gabriel Valley Mosquito and Vector Control District. I was joined by Luz today from Sac-Yolo. We have 2 more Instagram lives coming this week for National Mosquito Week, and have a bunch of great content coming your way for National Mosquito Week. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Share the information, and just telling a friend, tagging somebody or anything like that. That's great information you can share with your loved ones, and making sure that, like you mentioned, it's the summer now and we're all going to be outside more often. And I'm sure everyone is very eager now that things are opening up. Just again, some of these dangers are still very present. So making sure we're using mosquito repellent when we're out and about, and protecting ourselves from any mosquito bites.
Yes, exactly. Well,
great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Luz, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
bye.
Have a good National Mosquito Week.
Yes.
She's definitely rocking her pearls. That's for sure.
Say that's a nice pearl necklace.
Thank you so much, Luz. Have a good one. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Bye.